Hey everyone, well, welcome back. I guess you can call this part 2 on this 8070. Well, Napa dropped off my new fuel line. Actually, it's the return line from the pump going back to the tank. If you saw part 1, you'll know that sure enough, the old hose, here it is, that was on there, it says 3/8. Well, that's what I ordered. And so Napa sent me down 3/8 hose. When I took it off and took the old hose off, went to put the new one on, I found out that my new hose is too big. And so I got looking and come to find out the old hose was labeled wrong. It was actually 5/16. And so somebody goofed up somewhere. And so anyway, I called Napa up and they sent me down a 4-foot piece of 5/16 hose. And so now the problem should be solved. And so I just got to get my hose clamp here lined up. I'm trying to figure out which hose clamp to use. I got this pinch clamp, I call it a pinch clamp. You pinch it open, it goes around and it pinches itself back shut. Problem is though, there's not an easy way to get back to it. And so I'm thinking about using a regular hose clamp that I can get this bit driver in there on. If I can get to it. Depending on which way I need to put it. That might work. Go ahead and get that snug down. That way it don't keep sliding down away from the end of the hose and falling off. And so, let's see here. We need to take and oil up the inside of the hose. That way it'll jump on that barb. Best way to do that, since a little bit of motor oil is not going to hurt anything, just pull the dipstick out. So put the dipstick back in. And try and snake that up behind the pump. And yeah, I know you can't see. Like I say, if you watch my part 1, you'll see where I showed the hose barb that this thing's got to go on back in there. It's also a real pain to try and get your hands back in there also. There's not much room between the pump and the engine block. Okay, there it popped over the hose barb. And so we're on back there. I just got to get that clamp spun up and around. Maybe take and put that clamp right up toward the end. And I'll see if I can get that thing to pop on there. There we go. Okay, I may actually have to sneak back in there with a either a longer Phillips screwdriver and or my little small 1/4-inch ratchet. And thankfully today, the temperature has definitely come up. We do have mud in the driveway, but we got a good breeze blowing, so give it a few more days and that'll help to start settling things up. It's definitely bringing a lot of frost out of the ground. But It's sure a whole lot better than cold weather with snow. Yuck. Get my light to set up there somewhere. If I can keep it from falling off. That's the problem with the light. It's always right in your eyes or in your way, or it wants to come crashing down and fall off of whatever little perch you sit on. Sometimes they'll come flying down and smack you in the head. And so, I think I've showed them before. I'll get turned around here. In fact, I'll take y'all back out of my pocket. But we got this tripod light set up here. Had that now for, a good year or so. Got it up at Napa Auto Parts on sale. Here, can't get an overhead shot. It's got this bar here. It actually clamps in there so you can take that out. And then these lights have a little knob bolt right here. You can take them off. Each light has a magnetic base, so you can tilt it up and down like that. And a nice tripod stand. This here will adjust up and down. In fact, the thing will go at least 6 feet in the air. And so it makes it really nice to, if you're working on something, or especially working on that soybean planter back there. If I need light up high to where I can shoot into it. And so, however, right here where I'm working at, trying to set those on farther back in here, they're right smack dab in my way, so I gotta go with my cordless fluorescent light. And so, anyway, always something. But if we can get that hose snake down behind those filters. Okay, I can feel the end of it over here with my right hand. There we go. Okay, there it comes around the filter. Hey, there we are. Just gotta make sure I don't give a big pull and knock it off that barb up front there. Okay. Get my hose cutter here. This thing here is really handy. I've had it for years, but it just takes a box cutter blade. Well, that's what I call it, or a utility knife blade. Okay, get the stuff out from underneath my feet. Anyway, just takes the utility knife blade right there, and it's got a flat surface. It's really nice for cutting like any kind of plastic or rubber tubing. You can just come down, it just chops right through it like that. Done deal. And then I think, yeah, if you pull on a part like that, it will release that blade. You can put a new blade into it, then push it back together, it locks it back in. And so, it's really handy for cutting tubing and that kind of stuff, which is actually why I bought it, because it comes in handy for, especially fertilizer tubing. Okay, we'll cut it there, and you can see it makes a nice clean cut. As long as you have a good sharp blade. I like those box cutter knives because you can take and when the blade goes bad, you can either reverse it and or just take the blade out, throw it away, and put a brand new blade in. So let's take and put a hose clamp on here. Come on. Well, let's take and tighten it up first. Not quite enough. Okay. Grab the old dipstick, fish it around the side there. There we are. Now, okay, there we are. Okay, that's got that barb put back in. Just need to take and tighten up that hose clamp. Come on. Little farther to the end. Okay, there's that one. Okay, I think it's got that. Kind of tuck that back up underneath there somewhat out of the way. Keep it in line behind those filters. And there's a couple wires right there that actually goes to the tank pickup. In fact, I need to get the air gun, get this thing outside and get the air gun, blast all that junk out of there. Either the air gun or the garden hose. Garden hose might be better. Okay, that's got that. All right. I gotta put this little rubber damper seal in here. Get to fit. There's a little lip right there it's got to press back into. Okay, there we go. And this tucks back in behind the tank right there. Done deal. That's got it. Okay. Got, about a pert near a foot left, roughly, of tubing. Okay, got my bit driver, my handy dandy chopolator, as they call it on the Barbecue Pit Boys. That's a good show, by the way, or a good channel. Now, the only thing I got to get to is that back hose clamp. Got a couple hose clamps extra. I'll just put those in for safekeeping, and I can always use little clamps like that on anything else. Small, that is. Small tubing lines and that kind of thing. All right, let's dig the lamp back out here. Well, well, like I say, there's not much room back there on the back side of this pump, and it's very tricky to get to. Because I'm trying to take this gear wrench and get it on that hose clamp in order to tighten it down. Well, it's going kind of slow. Let me see if I can use a screwdriver to kind of hold it in place. Okay, that helped. I reached down in there with this screwdriver and keep the wrench pushed onto the little bolt on the clamp. And then with my other hand, I can ratchet the wrench up and down to tighten it up. Even if I can't get a full stroke on the thing. Okay. Well, I can see it, and from what I can see, I can see the clamp is now actually squeezing down into the rubber, and so got it pulled down good and tight. That's what I want. And so before I end the video, I'll go ahead and fire it up. I plugged it in, that way it'll start a whole lot easier. Gonna have to get my hand cleaner out. Okay, we'll get the light out of there. Okay, I think we're ready to fire him up. One nice thing with this thing having that Cummins 8.3 motor is even when it's cold out and it's not plugged in, it generally always starts off really well. Okay, it was just idling a little bit too low. Brought it back up to about 850 on the tachometer, leveled right out, running good. Thankfully, no leaks. Okay, well, hey, I think that's got it. So far, I don't see any leaks. And we should be good to go again. So I think that's a good spot to end this video. Take care.